What's up YouTube, it's Ravlar here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 most profitable bosses for Runescape 3. But firstly, if you guys are new around here, make sure you drop a sub for lots of RS3 content, and if the video does help you out, please do drop a like at the end, it does mean a lot. Also, I stream regularly on Twitch, so come check that out for lots of Devs Office content and follow me on Twitter. But enough with the plugs. This week's Bond competition, I want you guys to leave an assumption about me in the comments below. Make it as funny as possible, and the funniest one will get featured in the next video and win a Bond. But anyway, about today's video, I've set it up in such a way that we're going to be exploring the average loot per kill, the average kills per hour of each of these bosses, and this way you guys can easily implement the information I give you to find your own profit per hour for these bosses, so you guys can figure out what's best for you to kill. Just a couple of notes on this video before we get started. I did not include Yakamaru or Beastmaster in this list because they are only 1 kill per 2 days, so you can't really camp them. So I hope you understand, but regardless guys, I'll see you at the end. Enjoy the video. So kicking off today's countdown, we have Gregorovich. Now this monster is a bitch to kill and I really don't like it, but the fact is it is the most profitable God Wars Dungeon 2 monster to kill because the common drops are more expensive than Vindicta and Hellweir, and also the Slisky and Essence are around 5 mil each, making it very lucrative. Now it is important to note that Vindicta and Hellweir are very close to this in profit per hour, but Greg edges it slightly. Now when it comes to loot per kill, if we average out the rare drops, we can estimate each kill being worth 177k. The commons come to around 124k per kill, totaling an average of 302k in loot per Gregorovich killed. Now if you concentrate, you can kill Greg up to 35 times an hour, and as a result you can make 10.57 mil in loot an hour from Greg, but it is very annoying to kill. Personally, I prefer Vindicta and Hellweir, which are a lot easier and like slightly below this, but it's really up to you. Coming in at number 9, we have the Legions. Now it's important to note, a while back this was absolutely trash money, but since dual wield range has received a buff through criminal bolts, it has actually become very profitable, and in terms of difficulty, the bosses are really not that hard to kill. Before we start looking at the profit per kill, it's important to note that to kill a Legion you need an Ascension key, and this costs money of the Grand Exchange, so we have to take this into account before we calculate the actual profit per hour. But anyway, in terms of profit breakdown, per kill we can expect a total of 269k in rare drops and a total of 45k in normal drops, totaling a grand total of 314k in drops per kill from the Legions. Now the average cost per key is around 201k, so we need to subtract this from our 314k, and as a result we get a total profit of 113k GP per kill. Now as I mentioned earlier, Legions are exceptionally easy to kill, so you should have absolutely no issues in getting around 90 to 100 kills per hour, meaning that Legions average out to around 11.3 mil an hour, which is great seeing as they're very easy to kill, but do keep in mind that you do need some RNG on your side, and if you go unlucky you could lose money, but on average you can expect to make 11.3 mil an hour here. Sliding in at number 8 is the Magister. Now, the Magister is very similar in terms of profit breakdown to Legions, and that is because a high proportion of the profit relies heavily on the rare drops. Now, this is because in order to kill the Magister per kill, you need 1 key of the passage, and this is quite expensive. But the average loot breakdown for the Magister is around 381k based off rares, and a total of 119k based off normal drops. In total, this means per average kill you should expect 500k in drops from the Magister. But as I said earlier, we have to take into account the price of the keys of the crossings, which are 172k each, so the total profit you can expect per kill is around 328k per kill. Now I personally think it's quite possible to do 40 kills an hour here without stressing too much, and in total that makes Magister around 13.1 mil an hour profit for me. Feel free to input your own kills per hour into this formula and work out how much profit it is for you. Coming in at number 7, we have Nex. Now let's look at the average drops per kill, and you can expect a total of 566k in rare drops from Nex per kill, and a total of 458k in normal drops per kill from Nex. Meaning that your average Nex drop is going to be worth 1 mil and 24k. Now in terms of kills per hour, on my main with a max setup, I average around 3 minute 15 to 3 minute 30 kills at Nex. And if I include banking time and the time it takes for Nex to spawn, I think I can reasonably get around 14 kills an hour, which is pretty good going if you ask me, meaning that the total value of my drops per hour is around 14.33 mil, which is great. Something which you guys may want to take into consideration is that Nex has a very hefty instant cost. It's 800k without deaths cost reduction, so feel free to take this off your own profit per hour when you're doing your own calculations. Next up, we have my absolute favorite boss in game, Rise of the Six. Now with Rots, you either love it or you hate it, but the profit is pretty amazing to pass up on, and here's what it looks like. Per kill, the average rare loot that you get is a measly 51k, but the average normal loot that you get is 588k, which is insane, which gives you an average total loot of 639k per kill. Now the great thing about this is that you don't need to rely on rares whatsoever. The shields are literally 1/10 of your overall profit, and the real money is from the energies and the normal drops, which is insane, and that's why Rots is one of my favorite bosses in game. Now in terms of kills per hour, it's going to vary massively. The teams I go on are capable of doing 30 kills an hour, but that is absolute max efficiency and it takes a while to get to that level. But if you are interested in learning Rots, I am a rank in teaching Rots FC, and I am making a guide alongside the FC, so everything you need to know will be in there, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, let's get on to the profit per hour. I normally average a minimum of 28 kills per hour these days, so let's use that as our kills per hour, and in total we can expect 17.89 mil an hour, which is insane, and the beauty of it is it's consistent money, no need to rely on rares. Rots is amazing, guys. I highly recommend you get into it, and if you do want to, let me know, I'll help you out. We're halfway there now, and at number 5 we have everyone's favourite spooder, Araxor. Now the crazy thing about Rax is it's been around for such a long time, and still it is such good money. Now per kill, your average rare drop is around 1.17 mil, your average common drop is around 731k, that means your average total drop from killing Araxor is 1.9 mil, which is madness. Now when it comes to kills per hour, it really does depend on what rotation it is. For example, if you have to do bottom path, my god, kills are going to be a lot slower than normal, and as you can see in the background, my Iron Man, he's struggling. But I think it's fair to say that you average around 11 kills per hour if we take into consideration all of the paths. And at 11 kills an hour, you make a massive 20.9 mil an hour, which is incredible. And as probably RuneScape 3's most iconic boss, I really hope that Rax stays profitable. Coming in at number 4, we have everyone's favourite rock, Virago. Now sadly, my knowledge on Rago is very limited, so my good friend Cash has sent me his footage so you can enjoy that in the background. Now the problem with calculating the average money per hour from Rago is that there are a lot of factors to take into consideration, but the main one being the amount of people you go with. But from the people I've asked, and I asked a few people, if you can duo, you can easily make around 22 to 25 mil an hour because tectonic energies are so expensive. Now if you trio, obviously this goes down, and apparently it's around 15 mil an hour, and if you 4-man, it's around 10 mil an hour. Now please do bear in mind that these are estimates, and like I said, there are so many factors to take into consideration, and that's one of the reasons why I couldn't really calculate an average loot per kill. But if you are someone who can calculate the exact profit per hour, please do let me know down in the comments below, and I will add an annotation. But regardless, Raga is very, very good money now, and earning 20 mil plus an hour is no joke. Coming in at number 3, we have Solak. And just before we get into this, I want to give a massive thank you to my friend Sahel, who took me for a Solak kill yesterday, along with 6 other wonderful people, just so I can get footage for this video. And also I want to give a shout out to Solak FC, so if you meet their requirements and want to learn Solak, I have their details down in the description below. But anyway, as I'm sure a lot of you know, Solak can be either duoed or killed in a 7-man group. And after speaking to a lot of pro Solakers, there is no real confirmation on which is more profit. Some people say duo, some people say 7-man, but one thing that is for sure is that this boss relies heavily on getting a rare drop, as otherwise per kill you only get around 1.1 mil in drops per person. Overall, however, if we consider getting rare drops, the grimoire pages, the 2 Blightbound crossbows, you can expect to make around 30 mil per hour doing Solak, and this is apparently the same for both duo and 7-man, so I really encourage you guys to learn Solak, as it is a very good money maker. Coming in at number 2, we have Angel of Death. Now, the big money bird never fails, guys. This boss is ridiculous money per hour, and to be honest with you, it's really not that hard once you get used to it. All you need is a good DPS rotation and a few kills to get the mechanics down, and you've got it. That's it. But anyway, let's take a look at the average drops. So each AOD that you kill, you can expect an average rare drop of 2.66 mil, which is insane, and an average normal drop of 590k. So in total, every AOD you kill on average gives you 3.25 mil, which is absolutely insane. Now, good AOD teams average less than 430, and it's very reasonable to get around 10 to 12 kills an hour, meaning that AOD is literally 39 mil an hour, which is absolutely insane money for a rather simple boss if you ask me. Anyway guys, it's time for the big one. Thank you for your patience, and I'm sure you all know what it is, but anyway, drumroll please. Brrr. The number 1 most profitable boss in RuneScape 3 is Tellus. Now, there is a massive learning curve when it comes to Tellus, and this is coming from someone who's died so much at this boss, but I've also made a lot of money. I have 3 complete orb sets at 1k in rage, and that is absolute bank. Now, admittedly, last year the prices of Tellus weapons were through the roof, and they have crashed a lot. But even now, Tellus is insane GP per hour, and depending on what enraged streaks you do, you can make absolute bank. But the thing is, it's absolutely impossible to actually highlight exactly how much GP Tellus is, just because there's so many different variations in what you can do. Some people do 999 claims, some people do 800 to 999 streaks, and some people do 0 to 999 streaks. But what is for certain is if you're good at Tellus, you can make absolute bank. If you're able to do a 0 to 500 streak, I think it's reasonable that you will be making around 40 mil an hour. And if you're one of those insane people like my friend Retro Reptar, who can do a 0 to 999 streak, you're easily making 60 mil plus an hour, which is absolutely insane money. But of course, it does require mad skill. Tellus is not easy at the higher end rages, as my bank has found with all the death costs which I've had trying to push to 1k myself. But I personally think it's a fantastically designed boss, really rewarding the people who put in the effort to learn the mechanics, and it is a massive bank maker. So if you want to get bank, learn Tellus, be prepared to invest a lot of money into deaths, but at the end of the day, it will all be worth it. Well, anyway guys, that about wraps it up. this is probably going to be my last video before RuneFest. I'll try and upload another one, but we'll see. I really hope that top 10 was useful. I'm sure some of you may disagree, but I have tried to be as factual as possible, so please do respect that. And if you do have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. Just don't be one of those guys in the comments. But with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And if you have anything else which you want me to be counting down, drop it down in the comments below, and I of course will check it out. Anyway, guys, you guys are amazing. This community is absolutely through the roof. I'm very lucky to be a part of it. And on that note, guys, I'll see you in the next one.